The Flashpoint Network. Network, a pattern of interconnections among a set of things. They are represented with vertices and edges. Commonest network properties: average degree, average path length, clustering coefficient, and eigenvector centrality. Average degree. This is the average number of neighbors a vertex has. This indicates the average number of edges that a vertex has. How popular are the vertices in the network? Average path length. Average path length is defined as the average length of the shortest paths between any pair of vertices. This is useful to estimate the efficiency of information transfer. Clustering coefficient. The clustering coefficient of a vertex is the rate of edges between its neighbors and the maximum number of edges that can exist between its neighbors. Interpretation. If vertex dies, how connected do its neighbors remain? Eigenvector centrality. The eigenvector centrality of a vertex is proportional to the sum of the centralities of its neighbors in the graph. This works to determine the influence of a vertex on a graph. There are so many properties of networks that we would have to make a lot of videos to talk about them. Let's analyze a network. DC animated movie universe. In 2013, the DC Comics started the DC animated movie universe, 16 movies based on some of their comics. This universe marked a milestone in the history of the characters, and for this reason this event is considered one of the most important arcs. These movies were released in the order shown, which is not a chronological order. Synopsis. Flash travels to the past to save his mother, but this creates a new timeline in which a butterfly effect was triggered. All the usual characters still exists, but they have developed differently. There is a war between them. It is unavoidable. Barry Allen, Flash, having seen the chaos, changes the timeline again to avoid impending disaster. In the next movie, the Justice League is formed, and they fight against one of their most powerful enemies, Darkseid. Then, they explain the origin of Aquaman, Wonder Woman, Damian Wayne and Constantine. They explain us some events that the Teen Titans, Suicide Squad, the Justice League and the Bat Family through. In the last movie, Darkseid defeats almost all superheroes and has the Earth under his power. But he did not see the determination of the heroes he believed defeated. Each character was represented with a vertex. Characters with a higher degree are represented by bigger vertices. An edge was put between them if they interacted in a scene. If a character has many interactions with another character along the movies, the edge widens. The result. This network has 351 characters, 3601 interactions. On average, each character has a grade of 8.593, that is, each character is connected to 9 people on average. The characters with more degree are Batman, Damian, Superman, Constantine, Wonder Woman and Flash. On average, each character has 20 interactions. That is, talks or fights 20 times with the 9 characters he interacts with. The characters with more weighted degree are Batman, Damian, Superman, Wonder Woman, Raven, and Cyborg. On average, any pair of vertices are separated by a path of length 3.198. Although Flash is the cause of the Flashpoint, he is not the most important character, since he is not so related to other characters. His circle of friends is limited. Batman interacts with the most of the groups or their leaders, such as Amanda Waller, Damian Wayne, and Constantine. Relationships change along the movie. This is the reason why this dynamic network was created. The character is added in order of appearance. Character interactions add up over time. The result. The vertices were added as follows. The first curve corresponds to the movie Flashpoint Paradox. After that, the characters that began to appear in an ascending way until the movie Dark Apocalypse, we have the same characters and they disappear at the end. The edges were added as follows. The first curve corresponds to the movie Flashpoint Paradox. After that, the interactions were upward with small losses. Some characters died until Dark Apocalypse, in which we have the same characters interacting in the same way and they disappear at the end. Clustering coefficient. Most of the characters have a clustering coefficient between 0.6 and 0.8. But we have a few whose clustering coefficient is very low, that is, their neighbors do not interact much with each other. Eigenvector centrality. Characters that have a high value of this measure are connected to many nodes that are important. Therefore, they are ideal for spreading information, diseases, or saving the world, like Batman. The characters with more eigenvector centrality are Batman, Superman, Damian, Wonder Woman, Constantine, and Flash. Conclusions. If Talia, daughter of Ra's al Ghul, had succeeded in her plan to dominate the world leaders, Batman would have been under her control and Darkseid would have wiped out the Earth, because Batman would not have devised a plan to defeat him. Batman is the most important character in the static and along the dynamic network. Damian has access to Batman's information and contacts, making him the second most important character on the static network and on the dynamic network. Superman, Wonder Woman, Constantine, and Flash are almost equally important. Constantine doesn't interact much, but is a crucial character in the story. Thanks.